in the context of the climate change issue, in context of human health stuff with pesticides and farming and food. You had a lot of organic food happening around the time we started LOOMSTATE, which has just been exploding. We have, Rogan and myself we each have a sister, and they're very influential and inspiring to us. And my sister was doing some work for Cliff Bar out in the Bay Area, and those guys were doing a lot of research with their organic food for their energy bars. And Nicole passed on some information about organic cotton to us, and it really prompted us to dig deeper into our supply chain of, where's our cotton coming from that we're putting in our fabric. So these things all kind of came together and created a very obvious decision for us. Not only an opportunity to celebrate this very pure thing and the right, in every sort of decision there is in business, there's a right and a wrong way to go about things. And very often people make the right decision but discover it's not the profitable decision. So they reverse their engines a bit, and they find that they got to get back to this more optimized way of doing business, and they back away from really what ultimately would create the emotional attachment, the loyalty with the consumer. These right decisions, because they're right for the brand ultimately, and they're right for the market, and they're right for our society. So once we had fact about conventional cotton farming and its process and its toxicity, there was no turning back. We basically realized that we had a platform for a brand new story to celebrate a brand that cultivated demand for organic cotton. So we started a company with that effort in mind, really just to do that. And the aesthetic of it was very obvious, because we looked at the denim industry and its purity and its history, and with a trend of complexity and design embellishment occurring, we just felt like a back to basics kind of celebration of vintage, American iconic fabric was the way to go about it. And that's what LOOMSTATE represents. And it's every day it's representing more and more and more as environmentalism becomes more sophisticated. It's more about this lifestyle, it's more about understanding the supply chains of not only the company you're buying products from, but also in your own life, in your family. So, it's about what you put on the dinner table, it's about what materials are in your home, it's about what fuels you're consuming for your transportation, and where you invest your money, the companies you invest your money in, and what are they doing. So, and all in this, having a good time and having fun and being sexy, being street credible, having some appeal in the rock and roll vibe that really I think is an ultimately inspiring thing, art and music. So just doing our part, really, it was a very easy decision to make. It's not rocket science, and you'd be surprised at how many people when you describe what the goals of the company are, it's like a call to arms. People really all want to be part of this movement, because you don't want to look back and have had an opportunity to do something and not do it. I mean, that's the ultimate tragedy in life, is to kind of have an opportunity to do the right thing and pass it by because you're insecure or you feel like you don't have the resources. There's always a way. So find it. That's what we're doing.